And one of the things I know you're hungry for is renewal in our country, is revival. Can you speak to that passion, that dream you have in your heart to see Canada experience renewal?
Yeah, well, it's exactly that. I'm passionate about that, and I wouldn't use the word renewal because I think it's been so long that even maybe revival isn't the right word. I think we need an outpouring of the Holy Spirit, and my personal conviction is that every generation needs that. Every generation needs its own outpouring of the Holy Spirit. So we have to get hungry, and then we have to put the boxes aside, and we have to put the traditions aside. We have to put what we know aside. People like yourself and myself with somewhat of a platform need to lead those who are following us into that hunger for an outpouring of the Holy Spirit. And we start where everybody else started, which is the book of Acts. The power of the Holy Spirit came down, the Holy Spirit came down, and the church was never the same. And in our generation, we have unique challenges, and we need the power of the Holy Spirit for our unique time. When the Holy Spirit came down, Peter was never the same, John was never the same, James was never the same, and then the world was never the same. And we all need that ourselves too. So I've read about pretty much any revival that's ever happened. Literally, like at this point, I think I'm just repeating old books that I've read, just to kind of study how it happens and what it looks like. And it's been different every time. The precursors is always prayer. We know that needs to happen, but the way it actually looks is different every time. So that's why we need our own outpouring in this generation.
Wow. I love how you frame that. We had John Tyson on the podcast a while ago, and I don't know if it was on our conversation with the podcast or it was one of his other, it was maybe the conversation we had after recording, but he talked about some of the common denominators in revivals and renewals: prayer, move the Holy Spirit, renewed conviction. But then the thing that stood out to me was how different, even theologically different, revivals have been in history. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Whether it's the Wesleyan or the Reformed revivals, and you go, these are like massively different theological camps.
Yes.
And so then it leads you to conclude that God isn't just pouring out on right theology.
That's right.
Absolutely. Which, and we value theology. Like, listen, we're not downplaying it, but like, there's something, that's just been really rattling me, just realizing like just how unique what he does in a time. And it seems as if the principles of renewal or revival or whatever word we use in outpouring is something that doesn't downplay good theology, but it's not a result of just believing the right things.
That's wonderful. That's a great way to put it, because it means that you don't have to get it all right. And just because that's how those guys did it doesn't mean that's the way you have to do it. And it's awesome. We don't have to dress up in suits and have sweaty meetings to see God move. We don't need the tent revivals to come back. And again, stuff. Now God is going to be moving, pouring out His Spirit through YouTube and Zoom with people wearing Vans and Nikes. That's what's going to happen now, as long as the vessel is available. So I love that. And so I read a lot of that stuff, but my prayer is always, God, do it your way today.